Okay. Hey, hey, good people. We are
What it
back.
is?
It's
How you
Keita and
doing?
Kim with I Ain't Trying to Be Funny, but why you gotta be all stiff? So silly.
This is what
Yes,
happens when you're backwards.
we are trying to do we got a lot to talk about this week. I mean, all the shows are on now. Although we're getting ready to lose one, thankfully. I'm so over Ready to
Oh.
Love. It's about to be done, but Power is getting good. Okay, so we have for the reality shows, Ready to Love is going out, but Love and Marriage Huntsville just came back. And then we still have Put a Ring on It, which is just getting underway good. And
Yeah.
then for the scripted show, Power. As my grandma used
Hava.
to say, Power. Yeah, so we got to talk about power up in here,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
So, Ready to
Let's
Love.
do
Let's
it.
start it out. Ready to Love. So we're going to put that one to bed soon.
I'm so ready for it to be over.
Ready to die. That's what it ought to be. So,
ready to move the hell on. How about that?
ready to shut it down. Ready to
Ready to
cancel that
head
bitch.
on out.
Yeah, ready to. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, so yeah, they met with Jeffrey's sister. I don't buy it. I don't believe that's her sister. I don't believe
See,
it.
we have got to say that we do too much trolling on the internet, and we've been reading other people's posts, and folks are agreeing that something is definitely wrong with the facial infrastructure going on.
Yeah, and it's not a problem if she is, but I do think that Jeffrey might be transgender, which is a little confusing because she says she has 3 children. But and I looked for the Adam's apple. I didn't see it. But it's just something about
Listen, I'm not a
her.
pro with that. All I know is I don't have one. That's all.
I
I
got a
don't.
double chin. I got a chin up on here, but
A
I
couple
don't
of
have
those, a
Adam's.
couple of those. A
Yeah.
buy
So I
one get
was
one.
looking for it,
But
and so the only way she could have children is if she, I guess, adopted them, or she was with. Well, she could have had children with, like when she was still a man, she could have had children. But then to say she gifted their father, I don't know. I don't know. But her language has just been weird, and the way she talks in that fake voice, it's just something off about her. And
it's
like I
over
said,
the
there's
top.
nothing wrong with it. But if she is transgender, I hope that the guys that were on the show knew that already. That's the only thing. Like I feel like somebody should know if that's what they're working
Yeah,
with.
it's
What
only
you
fair
working
to
with?
disclose that.
Yeah.
And I do wonder if that is the case, if did they disclose that, because I have been saying from day one that her makeup was off to me. It seems like it was either too much. Well,
It's just
here's
not
the
the right
problem. I don't
color.
wear makeup, so it
It's just
doesn't look
not
right.
right.
Yeah. It does. I don't know how to apply it. I don't know all the stuff you have to do to it. I don't know any of that. I'm talking about zero knowledge of makeup. But every week right here, it just looked super interesting to me. And I just could not get past that. And even when she's talking, I'm like, I'm looking right here. Just like with Andre, I'm staring at
Mhm.
this. With her, I'm staring right here because I'm trying to
Because
figure
she
out.
has a lot of space there that looks like a mustache has been shaved off, or her 5 o'clock shadow been bleached, or yeah,
Mhm.
something is off. So okay.
Something is off,
And
and
yeah,
we
I
don't
said it.
know.
I
We
wasn't
don't
gonna
know.
touch it. I wasn't gonna touch it. But I
Oh,
went
I
ahead and
was
put it
touching
out
it.
there. I went ahead and
I'm
put it
touching
out there.
it
I think
because
she's transgender.
the reason why I'm touching it is because this last episode, her makeup looked completely off. It was just, I mean, she is literally turning into Casper. Like it was really light.
And that white wig in the confessional,
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
was just like,
girl,
what is
what
going?
is happening with her? But
Oh
her
my god!
sister was pretty and all woman. Her sister was very, very woman. Very much so woman. So, I mean, and if that's her sister, I don't know if Jeffrey is her sister
Jeff
or was her brother.
Jeffrey. That's what it is.
It's just something,
But
a little
it's
bit off. It's a little off. So anyway,
and yes, there are women out here who, as a matter of fact, it's interesting because there's a commercial on TV now, and I'm sure you've seen it. I don't know what they're selling, but it's a girl, a white girl, and it's an old 70s song, 80 might be 70, 80 song. But she has a mustache, and I guess it's her accepting herself.
it's that Amazon commercial.
Oh, it's Amazon. Okay. And I'm
She's
just
got a gap
like,
in her teeth and a
yeah,
mustache.
and a mustache. And it's like more and more shows I'm seeing women with like, I'm talking about full mustaches. I'm just like, is that a
Well, I
thing
went to
now? Are we
college
there
with a
now?
girl that had a mustache. She just refused to shave it. Actually, two different girls. One at Spelman, one at Georgia Tech. And they had mustaches and they didn't shave it. So now people who are extremely hairy have issues shaving. And so, you know what? I'm over that part of it. Jeffrey's
No, I'm
mustache
just pointing out that it
situation
has
is
always
something
been this,
else.
right? But I'm just pointing out that it has always been this area for me. But this last episode, the makeup was, I do not wear makeup, but I know pretty when I see pretty, and that was Casper. Like she was super
Her
white.
sister looked great. Everybody else's makeup looks great, and she just looked a
Yep.
whole mess. And
Yep.
my daughter had a friend in high school who was, I guess, was about to transition and wore makeup, and it wasn't right. And I just really wanted to pull this kid aside and say, you should watch some YouTube videos, or you should get some, get some help because your makeup is not quite, it's not
Right.
right. Like
Right.
it's fine if that's what you're going to do. Me, I'm accepting of all people. But just, like the boy in my class, the girls were like, okay, you got your nails done, but I'm gonna need you to go get a fill in. You gonna have to figure, like, they're like, look here.
Like, which one you gonna do? You can't half-ass this, okay?
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna
was
need
just
you to
like, if
jump
you
all the
gonna
way in with both
represent,
feet.
yeah, if you're gonna represent,
Do
you
it big
you
then.
better do it right, bruh.
So at the end of the day, Jeffrey, we already knew Andre and Jeffrey were gonna choose each other.
That was so lame. That was the whole thing was a whole letdown. The only one that was actually a surprise for me was Mercedes and Mark
that
Anthony.
one.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
expect that.
Shocker.
I think it was a smart head decision, but I think they could work it out because of their careers. Any
But
relationship they're
I was
in is
confused
gonna
about the
be.
whole New York thing. So he got on the show as a resident of Miami, but he moved to New York in the middle or something.
I
What?
don't know. I don't know. And I know flight attendants can have headquarters one place and a home base somewhere else. Like my friend's daughter, who
Yeah.
her headquarters were in Orlando, but she had her apartment here. So with their careers, I think they can work out a long distance relationship. People in those careers, everybody they meet is going to end up being a long distance. So you got flight benefits, go see the man.
Yeah, but I was that confused me because it came out of nowhere. Because when they were saying everything's great, but the distance, I'm like, y'all in Miami, what? You can't drive from Fort Lauderdale? I guess right there. Like, what's the problem? But then somebody said New York.
Can't you just go fly? They go, I'll get it. So
yeah, something has changed. But yeah, I was really, that one shocked me. That one shocked me. I thought despite the conversations about the distance, I thought they were still gonna at least try to date, have fun, be friends.
I hope they do.
We'll see what happens on the reunion.
Her friend was just like, okay, her friend was rude. I did not like her friend. I like a friend who comes in and wants to let you know you better not mess with my girl. But this chick was just nasty. She was cutting him off. She was, I was like, okay, listen, calm down.
And it would be different if Mercedes said some of the things that Morgan said to her brother, but she only said good things about Mark Anthony, and the only thing that was holding her back was the distance, which is something recent that just happened. So I was just like, why is she like, even I said that. I was just like, what's the girl? Wait a minute, push back a little bit. What's the problem?
Calm down, sir. So yeah. And then Anthony and Cynthia. It wasn't a
He
surprise.
don't want that girl.
She don't want him,
That too. She want Andre, and he don't want her.
and he don't want her. And I think that.
But now you about to regret it. But anyway, go ahead.
But I think that once, because on the show they're in the middle of the recording, they don't know everything. I think once Anthony went back and watched the season unfold, I don't think they're gonna make it, because he's gonna see how she up until the last second was still like, I don't know, Andre, I don't know. Like Anthony was her consolation prize, and if I were him, I wouldn't want.
But she was his. It was Mrs. Wright and Cynthia, and Mrs. Wright wasn't on the show.
Still, she doesn't have a physical, concrete person to say, he picked her over me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think he's gonna be hurt by that. I noticed on the preview. We don't usually talk about the previews, but on the preview for the reunion, Anthony and Cynthia sitting far apart on the couch, and Jeffrey and Andre look angry. So they're not gonna work out, and I'm okay with that. I would love to see how it all unfolds, but it's like it took him watching the show back. Yeah, but he had to watch the show back to see. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, something ain't adding up. Well, hold up. Or he finally, some things were revealed to him after the show.
So the reunion is going to be better than the whole season.
The whole season. The entire season.
The entire season of us wasting our time talking about ready to head on out. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Oh, and the last couple we haven't talked about. The angry
disaster.
Sons. The angry sons. They are just not with those two. She got the nerve to not want to be with him because he got anger issues. It's like, did you not just tell us that you put nair in some dude's hair?
You naired somebody's head.
And she acts like she's Miss Innocent. He got the problems. And you saw her temper flare when she was talking about the chick he was messing with that got eliminated.
Natasha.
I saw I don't know if they edited it out or she pulled herself back, but I bet she cussed him slam out. So she's something else. She a piece of work.
But at the end of the day, I don't think she did it on her own. I'm not saying she's not a bright person. I'm just saying somebody helped her plan that out. That was her plan, is to get to the end and put that I don't want you or psych on, but I don't think she came up with that by herself.
Yeah. I just felt like they both, neither one of them wanted to let the other one break up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just pissed him off that she had the nerve to break up with him. And I think she didn't want to let him break up with her. Yeah. I just think that the two they just toxic. I just want them to both go away, go sit in the corner by themselves. So anyway.
So I can't wait to the reunion because the reunion is going to be way better than this. We have completely wasted our time with this. Yeah, this was horrible. I mean, Tommy, you can let this show go. Go do something else.
Really let it go for real.
Obviously, the producers and whoever's interviewing these people do not know. Well, they know how to get the drama. They masters at that. But they obviously do not pick people who are compatible.
They got to change the screening process. They're going to have to they're going to have to vet these people a little bit better to see, okay, how many, are you an actor? Is that
are you a
primary?
Woman? Are you a man?
Well, yeah. And if
do you have a job?
And then if
you have a roof?
And if there's a person, is you broke? Yeah, all of that.
Let me see your check, your W-2s.
I gotta do something different. They gotta do something. It's just not. And I stopped watching it. I came back to it this season for you, but I'm not gonna let this one go again. I'm not gonna let it go. It wasn't worth it. You did revisit
the ready or waste of time. And I yeah. And oops, I'm sorry. Like
That's a big my bad.
oops.
My bad. Yeah. Yeah. So
But
I can miss this one next time it comes back.
wait, what does that thing say?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What you want to do next?
Okay.
Put a ring on it?
Put a ring on it.
All right. Let's finish up our Friday night show. Okay. So it was another solid episode. Another solid episode. We got a new couple.
Got a new couple.
Zay and what's her name?
Jasmine.
Jasmine. Jasmine. Okay.
They've been together 3 years, and their first date was in Cancun.
Yeah. So yeah. There. What are your thoughts before I say something? Because I got a whole lot to say about the two of them. You
First
know,
of all,
we always end up with they should break up. But what about before we get there? Because that's the bottom line. But before we get there,
wait. We have a new couple on Put a Ring on It. They should break up. They should break up now. Yeah, so they've been together 3 years, and their first date was in Cancun. That was interesting. Even what's the name? What's the host name?
Stacey J. Dr. Stacey.
Stacey J was like, it says, say, why not y'all had a date in the what, in the where? You just went, you took a passport and you went to another country with somebody you didn't know.
Did you want to get murdered?
You wanted to lose a kidney? Like what?
Mm-hmm. Did you not just see what the kids went down there and beat the girl up and killed her in Mexico? Or the other folks was down there running drugs and
I'm
got murdered.
But her laugh, that laugh. What is she? It sounded like, you know what it reminded me of? Revenge of the Nerds. When the guy was like,
I didn't notice actually.
I didn't. Because I was like, what was that?
I didn't notice. That's funny. I did not.
You didn't notice her laugh?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you got to go back and watch it
I
again.
don't think I will.
Okay, well,
I don't think I will.
Google it. Get on the Googler.
I'm sure she'll laugh next week. I'll wait till next week. I'm good.
But yeah, so what do I think about them? They should break up because he's very immature.
Absolutely.
And
he's got an alter ego he calls Loki. If you don't have a red flag, if you don't see this red flag that's waving in front of your face.
Girl, that's 500 billion red flags.
Girl, I was like, did y'all not hear what he just said? Loki, the god of mischief, and this is your alter ego? Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. He just wanted an excuse to act up and blame it on Loki. It wasn't me. That wasn't Zay. That was Loki. No, we're not doing that. Mm-mm.
I was like, did this grown supposed businessman say that he has an alter ego named Loki? And yes, I know who Loki is because, you know, that's my stuff. But I'm just like...
Because we do some Marvel. Yes,
he is immature. He is immature. He is immature. And the whole story...
red flag.
Was when she said, when he didn't come to her defense when his friend said that he was going to slap her.
Yeah. And I was now he's still hanging out with him and he's still letting him come back to the house and hang out like it didn't happen.
We would have broken up that second, right then and there. You ain't gonna say nothing? That's so cool with you?
My theory is he thinks that his friend was right. He sided with his friend in that one. She probably said something out of pocket and he sided with his friend, which is why he didn't handle it. Or he know that she ain't gonna be around that long, but that's still gonna be his boy. I'm saying there's a reason why. Because I'm gonna tell you, my husband
Chris Brown, Rihanna, we weren't there. You right, we weren't there.
My husband,
we don't know the whole story.
My husband would never.
However, if she feels like she was disrespected. It still needed to be addressed. Whether she was in the right or she was in the wrong, they live together and that person is coming to their home. And if she's feeling uncomfortable in her own home, it needs to be addressed.
He
So
threatened her.
you right. We don't know what actually happened, but
No,
it's
we
her
don't know
house
what
too.
happened, but I think that that's why Zay didn't defend her, because it was her fault, or she started it, or whatever, or he thinks his boy was right, which is a bigger problem. I'm saying it's still a problem. It means they need to break up.
Oh, it's
If
still a
he think
problem.
his girl got a mouth and somebody need to hit her in it,
Right. Somebody need to right in that mouth. Yeah.
I'm saying no. So yeah, I off the top, I'm not for them. They can go on all the dates they want. I hope they find somebody else, because they shouldn't be together.
So yeah, Jasmine went out with Jeremy. And he was the butt naked chef. She was like, I don't want no pubic hair in my food.
I feel the same way.
And then why she said that why his father gotta be a pimp from Mississippi. I was like, what? I am so there was so much going on just in that one segment. I was just like, and true enough, she was looking at him like he was 1,000 red flags, but you're not looking at your own man like he a billion red flags.
Yeah, and and when they let her just talk, she say too much. So yeah, she's a problem. I already off the top, but I do agree with, I don't want anybody naked cooking. You remember that scene in Baby Boy when Ving Rhames is in the kitchen cooking breakfast?
Yeah,
Butt naked.
yeah.
I was like, I don't want those eggs. No, thank you. You're gonna have pubes in them. I'm good. I don't want that.
You're supposed to manscape.
It's just not attractive.
We're gonna move on from
Sorry.
this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, didn't Martell do a cookbook with no shirt on or something? Didn't he have a cover of cookbook?
I don't know.
I don't know where they
That's
get
one
this
person
from.
I could care less about. So
I don't know where they get this from. Maybe some women like naked men in the kitchen. I don't like naked men in the kitchen.
my kitchen is empty, so I don't know.
I don't care if they manscaped. Put some drawers on in my kitchen. Then what you gonna do after you cook? You gonna go sit on my furniture?
With your butt.
With your tea bags dragging on my furniture. I can't I can't do it.
See, didn't I say let's move on?
Yeah, you did. You did.
And you still talking about it.
Because the visual is there now. I got the visual now. I can't help it.
Traumatized.
Yeah, okay, move on. How about Ricky?
So yes, we both agreed that Jasmine and Zay, baby, y'all ain't gonna make it. Y'all ain't gonna make it. And I wonder who has kids. That hadn't come out, but I believe he probably has some kids out there.
Probably. Because he's childish.
Okay, Jaysha and Joya.
Yes, too many just. So Jaysha is the guy. It's a name that sounds like a woman's name, but it's his name. The lumberjack. He likes every date he goes on better than her. I think that there's a problem. I think there might be a problem.
He is 100% all in, and he is enjoying his experience.
He is. He's liking these women because it's easy. You know,
Brittany. He went out with Brittany, the handsy Brittany. She was like, and then she was, I was like, girl, just take his clothes off. Like,
and you know, Joy, you're gonna be mad about that. She was all feeling guilty about getting a crumb off of her date's face first episode, and she find about this woman all up in his beard.
Everything. She was touching everything
that we saw, so we know it could have been worse than that. So yeah,
we don't know what happened off camera or in the car.
Like you said, he is enjoying his experience. He is enjoying the process. And you know, I found it weird. I never did mention this. This was a few weeks ago when Ricky went on his date with the woman that he went out with this episode.
Sheila.
she picked him up and she
Hmm.
drove.
Hmm.
I had never noticed that before, and it's so weird. I know she's taking him on the date, but it still looked weird for him to get in the passenger seat to go on the
Hmm.
date. But then now that I'm thinking about it, does he have a car? Maybe he don't have a car.
Well, it's 3,000 people living in the house. Somebody got to have a car.
They might not let his ass drive it.
He might not have a license.
Yeah, it was just something
We
just
don't know. We don't know. We
it
don't
was
know.
just so weird. I was like, you
So
ever
you
took the
wanted
guy
her, you
for
wanted her to drive to his house, leave her car, and get in his car to go on a
yes,
date.
yes. Or for
I don't
him to
think
go pick her up. I
I
don't
don't
I don't
know.
You ever picked up a guy for a date? I'm not old fashioned at
I'm
all. I'm
sure.
really not that old
I'm
school.
sure.
But
Like
the
if I'm
optics on
coming,
that look goofy to me.
no, it's been like that. It's been like that. It's been like that.
I don't think I've noticed it before, the dude getting in the
Oh.
passenger seat. I'm gonna
But
go back.
if I'm going to somebody's house and I'm already in the car and we about to go somewhere, then I'll drive because I'm already in the car and all I got to do is
If you
bag back.
picking up your girl, yeah. You picking me up, yeah, I'm gonna get in the car. But your boyfriend or the dude you dating, first of
I
all,
don't
you
I
not gonna
don't
go to
know.
his house and pick him up with his woman there anyway. So I mean, the whole setup is weird. But I'm saying though, if you just go ahead and go with it,
Uh-huh. Okay.
it's
So
screaming Scrubs to me. Hanging out the passenger side, I can't.
trying to holler at me. Yeah,
he just he just exudes brokenness. I can't do him. I don't know. And he
well,
seems like a nice guy,
he
but
seems like a nice guy, but
I can't do broke. I
we
can't
don't
do
know all the ins and outs of where Ricky get his W-2s. But
if that's an if.
and I did notice that. Of course I did notice that because she's going to the house to get him. Yeah. And the same thing happened with his ex-wife. His ex-wife pulled up, she drove to the date.
I think he don't have a car.
It got to be at least one car to the 3,000 people in that house.
It has nothing to do with nothing.
I know, but I'm saying it has to be at least one car. Like they pool their money together on every other Friday. They got to. Come on.
If you lived in a house with all them people, you know you'll be like, you can't drive my car. That's my car.
First of all, you already know.
That's what I'm saying. We wouldn't be in none of these scenarios. So anyway, I'm gonna leave Ricky alone.
Not one situation.
I'm gonna leave Ricky alone. But Catherine, her insecurities swelled on up on her this week.
Yeah.
It's fascinating because I'm like, do
Why?
y'all not? Because he broke and he not cute. He don't have
We
no
are
body and no
well,
personality. What does he have? What does he bring to the table with them stingy braids? I cannot do Ricky. I don't understand all these women that's all into him. I don't get it. I don't get it.
so we established, I don't know if it was the last podcast or the one before, that they are obviously friends. There's no chemistry, there's no nothing. That she's jealous because she gotta play the role. I don't know, but there's no nothing there. I don't know if she got a job. I don't know what Ricky do. I don't like his hair. It irritates me. All I do is stare at that braid, the one that be right here. I just stare at it the
I'm
whole
telling
time.
you. I'm telling you.
Cause it's a pole braid. It's on welfare. It's a pole braid. It's just
It's stingy. They
it's
stingy.
smaller than my pinky.
They stingy. His braids are stingy. Like I said, he don't have no
Braids are
body. His
stingy.
braids stingy. He seemed to be broke. Only thing he got going for him is he appears to be kind of nice, but
It appears really nice, and Catherine does too. But as far as a couple,
it's
I
nothing
don't
there
see it.
for me.
But I ain't see it when that ex-wife walked in that door. I was like, oh, she was hired. Ain't no way. Like,
Everybody in the bar was like, her and him? Come on. The only thing I
but
could think of is he must be slanging it.
Listen,
He got to be
there
a
are
cross-eyed.
listen. How many we've known each other how long? 14 years? Going on
Uh-huh.
14 years?
No, past 14.
How many times have you and I said, dating him and her together? Her, him?
Hey,
Girl, if we
look,
if we had not even a dollar, if we had a penny for the number of times you and I have said that,
we would be bowling.
I would be so rich right now.
It's,
Like,
it's wild. It's wild.
damn, we missed the opportunity. Like, really. It's crazy. I mean, I understand opposites attract, but damn.
It's not even opposites attract. It's like,
damn.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, so that's them. Okay, so the last couple. Let's say kind of boring. The last couple. Oh, we already talked about Joy and Jasha.
I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, all the couples should break up.
Zip. Game over. Like,
instead of put a ring on it, it should be put the nail in it. You know, put the nail in it.
Right, put a nail in it. Put a nail in it.
Put an axe in it. It should be something else, not put a ring on it. I don't want to see that. I hope none of them do.
They are though. We already know
filming, but I really wish
we already know that all three of them got rings. We already know, even though, like you said, Ricky can't afford it, but they all three got rings.
Well, that's why he on the show, so he can get a free ring.
Is it a free ring?
Oh, I assumed it. I don't know. Aww. I'll have to see if I can find out.
Well, then I really do need to go on there.
You do.
I'm gonna marry myself, goddamn, because that's.
I wonder how much they get paid per episode. I'm saying those two broke ones. I bet they're gonna stay on that show as long as they can. Even
I'm so sick of you.
I know. I'm sorry if Ricky and Catherine happen to be watching. I apologize for calling y'all broke best friends. I'm sorry.
Broke besties.
Okay.
But they so nice. Do you know every time we have said out of these over 14 years that we've known each other and we said they together, we always say, she must be nice.
Or he hanging.
Oh, he hanging. No, it is what it is.
I'd be figuring, hey, he must be hanging. That's what I think.
It's got to be something. It's those submissive women.
So can we put a nail in it?
I put a nail in it last time.
I mean, you know, Stacey's doing a great job. She looks good. Yes. I like her approach. She gets to the nitty-gritty with them. So,
and her facial expressions tell it.
Yeah, but she can't keep she can't carry it by herself. They got to get some better couples or change something about the show. Okay, having them go on a date with the ex, that wasn't all that exciting. Only one couple did it anyway. So that wasn't very exciting. Yeah, I don't know. She is going to their homes, but I think Dr. Nicole did the same thing. So I don't know. They got to do something new, is all I can say. I feel like they had to do something new. Even Ready to Love did, okay, we're going to bring new couples in, you know, ease them in week by week. And then this season, they let them have a free pass to save somebody. Yeah. So they got to do something new. I don't know. What?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's go to Love and Marriage Huntsville because I couldn't wait to say this first. And I literally looked to see. Kimmy had 30 wigs in the first 6 minutes of the show.
You counted them. Wait, that ain't the same way. Wait, this is another one. Hold on. Wait. I noticed I was hoping that she was gonna go on and show us her short hair again.
Yeah,
What was the
what
point
we
of
go
all
through
of
that
that? Yeah.
for?
What was
What
all
was
that?
that about? And we ain't seen it since. I'm confused. I'm
And we
confused.
didn't go to any of her treatments with her, or not that we had to, but I'm just saying. It's like, oh, she got cancer. This the whole big story leading up to it, and then now we on the other side. And she looked the same, but she's wearing wigs and she's having a party. It's just I don't know, it's just a weird way they're handling it. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. And I
I don't know.
noticed that, and I was like, wait, and another one,
New wig, who this? Yeah.
and another one. I was like, girl, you have put on 15 wigs in 2.5 seconds. What is going on?
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I was bored with it.
It was boring. It was boring.
I was bored with it. But they got
It
the
was all
same
about people mad
arguments.
because Mel don't talk to them. That's
Girl.
you need to rename Love and Marriage Huntsville to Why Mel Don't Talk to Me.
Huntsville.
Huntsville. Because that's all the show was about.
It was. It was. It was just so boring and dumb. And then when they made a whole big to do of her calling people to invite them to Kimmy's party. And
why Mel, not Tisha?
I don't know. I don't know why but she said Melanie was very supportive during her,
And
chemo
Tisha
treatments and
wasn't?
everything. So I guess
Okay.
Tisha wasn't. They not
She too
real
busy putting them whatever the
sparklies under her
fuck
eye.
that was. What was that? The whole time I'm going, it's gonna get in your eye. It's gonna like, what was that?
It's a look. It's a look. Her stylist told her wrong this week. That's all I can say for it. It just seemed like they having the same arguments. Yeah, why don't Mel talk to me?
Huntsville.
Yeah. But I will say I'm with Stormy on okay. So if I've been texting you and you're not responding to my text messages, I'm not gonna hit you up in Instagram in your DMs.
She said DM me.
That's not how that works. If I think you ignore me, I'm not chasing you. I'm done with you. All right, then. You ain't responding. I see you when I see you. Or it's on you now. That's how people do. She's like, girl, you could have DM'd me. No, I could not have. Not unless I was worried. Like if you were like, I'll call you back and then I don't hear from you, then I might be like, then I might. But if I'm really your friend, we really close, I'm texting you, ain't responding, I might call. And I guess if she had called, she would have found out Mel's phone was off or that she had changed her number. But yeah,
Well,
just you
okay,
not
so
responding
here's
to
my
text don't make me
thing.
DM you.
Here's my thing. I'm really trying to think this through. Like, I'm really thinking about this before I say it. This is me being dramatic. Why can't somebody just take a break from somebody? Why do I have to talk to you all the time? That's number one. Number two, you right there in Huntsville, girl. Just hit the corner and go to her house if you really that stressed out about why she ain't answering her phone. Maybe she don't want to talk to you. Maybe she busy. Maybe she ain't even in Huntsville. I don't know. But she right there. Just hit the corner and go to her house. But I don't understand why these people can't get over the fact that somebody didn't call them. That is, you grown. Is that your only friend? You lonely? And then here come Petty Betty, literally Petty Betty.
Oh, I did not like her mother. I hate to say that, but I didn't.
But it's the same with Tisha's mama. So we swapping out Petty Betty's, literally.
But she's nasty though. Like Wanda didn't start out that nasty. This woman, first scene, she got the stank face like Stormy did when she first came on. This lady was mean. Like, yeah, it just was just ugh. I was like,
do you think Mel is your friend? I'm like, ma'am, you just want to be on TV.
She just wanted to be on TV. She got a little attention on social media for clapping back at Melody on Twitter. And so They done brought her on the show to have the beef with her on camera. Miss me
Ain't
with
shit
that.
going on in Huntsville, huh?
But y'all all obsessed with Melody? Come on, she ain't
The
that
whole
interesting. The
the
whole
whole city
city,
obsessed with
the
yeah.
whole city, like, come on, y'all. She ain't that interesting. She's not. I promise. She ain't doing nothing all that exciting.
But Mel was funny as fuck using that damn track phone. I was cracking up. I said,
She said it's temporary. The Stormy's like, what number is this? Who calling me? Who? That would be the same.
they all answered though, didn't they?
Didn't they
Nosy
though?
asses.
Didn't they though? Because I
Like Martell, who? You
no
know her voice.
Martell went. Did you hear him when she said it's Mel? He went like he almost passed out. I'm like, are y'all really? Really? Girl, I cannot understand it. I cannot understand it whatsoever. Y'all that thirsty for her attention.
This whole show was a waste of film. This whole episode was a waste of film.
And
because
I noticed. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. The whole show was a waste of film.
I mean, it wasn't interesting. It was not. It was nothing about it was interesting. From Tisha wearing red to a pink party, and you are AKA.
And
so
you are
I hope
AKA.
you got some pink. Come on now, girl. Martell
and a pink
in
scarf.
this prayer. So for what do you call it in an episode? Transitions from one scene to the next. You still talking about this prayer?
But it seemed like they kept playing the same scene with him saying it felt like they just kept replaying the same confessional of him saying that, because he said the exact same word each time they showed it. And they showed it like 2 or 3 times. I was going, why they keep the editing was bad.
Very.
And now Destiny's gone with her old nasty self. But they kept the Whitlows. Why?
I don't know.
Why? And no, but she's pregnant. Why? We don't need Tiff and Lou. We actually don't need none of them. And we didn't have enough Marceau, which is crazy to say, but he's the best part of the show these days because he's so funny, you know. Right. And we didn't get enough Marceau this week, so I'm gonna need him to step it up next episode. I need him to say some slick shit like he usually do. He's the balance because everybody else
that goes over here. So did you catch? So remember, I texted you, and I said, "Oh Lord, you're gonna have a new word."
You did say that, but I didn't know what the word.
You didn't figure out what it was. I don't think I wrote it down. I didn't write it down.
Doing stuff. I'm listening and working.
It was in the beginning. It was in the first 5 minutes of Tisha on screen. And whatever she said, I said, oh Lord, Keita gonna have a new word.
And I missed
instead of conversation.
I kept tuning Tisha out. I just don't even like to look at her anymore.
And I've deleted it since I watched it, so I can't even go back really fast to see what it was.
An unpleasant surprise that Mel called her, but I was like, so let me see. Let me see if I can get it on my.
But I didn't. I literally have nothing to talk about with this show.
Yeah, so I think that
we can go to Power Book too.
Yeah, I was gonna see if I had anything else. Yeah, because the whole prayer. On the one hand, Melody called him. I can see that she's very controlling. They both trying to control each other, but she thinks that she can just pick up the phone, call him, say whatever. But then when it's his turn to say something, she like, I don't want to talk about that. And she ready to hang up. So she's manipulative and controlling, and I don't like Melody a lot of times.
Well, yes. And do we give her a pass? No. Let me rephrase that. How much of a pass, PASS, how much of a pass do we give her because of everything that happened in their relationship? Because I did say when we first started recording that I did have a problem with the fact that she knew about his cheating and everything this whole time. She knew that he had gotten that girl pregnant, which meant that he was having unprotected sex with her and the side chick. And And she went so far as to have unprotected sex with him again, which resulted in another child. And so, how much of a pass do we give this girl? Because she is hurt, but some of those decisions that she made were her decisions as well. So, how what do you think about that?
I have
When
no
it
passes for her. I have none for her. I'm over it because we in season 6. She's still mad about the same shit she was mad about season 1.
But
And Tisha's
she
still
knew
mad
about
about
it before they filmed. So this
exactly. But we've only been watching it for 6 seasons. I'm saying
we've
she's
been
still
watching it for
beating
6
that
seasons.
same
Yep.
dead horse. Oh, they all talk. They all still talk about the same thing. They all still triggered the same ways every single time. I'm just like, enough, enough. Yes, yes, you mad at him. He did his dirt. Right. He shouldn't have done it. But I mean, what she want from him?
Yeah.
He loves his kids and she knows it. And that's the one thing that she keeps jabbing him about. Anything to do with the kids, that's the only kind of way she can get back at him. And it's petty. She petty too.
Yeah.
And
they
then,
both. Yeah.
And then he can't get over it. He keeps letting her trigger him with her bullshit.
Yeah.
It gets him all worked up. And then he flying off the handle. And now he mad at himself because he didn't let her get to him again. I'm just sick of both of them. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna make it. I can't wait till Sheree come on because Sheree come with that fire. So you don't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, but Sheree is from Cleveland.
I
Sheree is from
listen.
Cleveland. She got that mouth.
I
Melody
hear
don't want
you, but that to me, Sheree and Mark, that ain't nothing but
business relationship.
Business.
I don't care.
It seems to be a lot of those walking around here, but I wish I had one. Shit.
I want Sheree to bring
At
her
this
ass
point,
on there and get in they shit every chance she gets.
They both attention whores.
I don't care. I don't care because Sheree got some fire for everybody on that cast if they want it. I'm here for it. Get them, Sheree.
So
Get them. Okay,
we'll see.
Sheree.
I don't have anything for her because I know what it's about, and it's about attention, and I'm gonna need you to go somewhere because that's a fake relationship, and it's ain't nothing but Lori Harvey part 2. We don't care.
I'm just saying I'm sick of the rest of the cast, so I want Sheree to get them together. That they need some get right on that show. Tisha ain't gonna want no smoke from Sheree. Destiny was giving them the smoke, but she gone. So Destiny came Detroit style. They ain't want that. Now Sheree about to come Cleveland / Atlanta style. They not ready for that in Huntsville, and I can't wait. Okay, I'm
gonna let you have it. I don't really care about her.
You don't have to.
I wish I could. Anyway, Power
Book 2, Ghost.
I was right again on some things.
What?
Gordo.
Oh, I said the same thing.
I know.
We both said we thought Drew and Gordo. You talking about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I said the way they eyeballed each other. I don't know if he was the one that he was on Grindr with, but I do know that there was something that passed between them. He was like, "Oh, you done lost weight," you know. It wasn't that slick. They wanted us to see it.
You'll have to tell me about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode was good. Not as good as the last episode, but it was still good. I did. It was some questionable things. I was like, why they do that? But Tariq. I still feel like Tariq is he's letting his guard down with Effie. And I'm like, I know he probably wants to be in love with this girl, but I still do not trust her. I don't trust her. And I
don't
just
trust her either.
Oh,
but I didn't ever like her when she first showed up before, when he was still in the high school. I didn't like her then, and I don't really like her now. But it seems like Kane likes her.
Kane likes her.
Yeah, it seems like
because she down for whatever. That's a girl you want in your corner. But that's him looking at one part of it. He doesn't know all the backstory like we do and all of the past shit that Effie did. You know what I mean? And
We still don't
we
have enough backstory on her. I
yeah,
don't
we
think
don't
we
even know
know
her
enough about.
family. Like
We don't know enough about
the
her.
African guy didn't put a picture down for her because we don't even know nothing about her.
Right. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, how come she didn't get a picture? So
Yeah.
something's up with her. So, yeah, I don't care for Effie. I don't have anything concrete because she hasn't done anything to Tyreek except for try to kill his girlfriend. I guess that's a big one. But I'm saying she hasn't like tried to really stab him in the back or anything except for
Recently.
except for try to kill his girlfriend. So, the
That's about it.
privileges and disadvantages exercise. So I've done that before, and it's um it's jarring. I'll say that because I ended up way back behind the other people that were doing the exercise. This was some years ago when I was working at another campus, and the lady leading it was like, okay, if if this happened to you or if that, or if you grew up with this, she had a bunch of different scenarios, just like they did on the show. Not the exact same ones, but, different ones. And you take a step back or forward. And me and another colleague, we were the only two, like way in the back. He's black. We back here looking at each other like, damn, like, I mean, it just make you feel like you just came from trash. I was just like, what the hell is this kind of? Yeah. So I thought it was interesting they did it on the show. Why are you looking like that?
It was
Um,
interesting. I've seen I was just listening. I've seen that before, but I've never participated. And when I really was just watching it, I didn't think about it for myself. Like when she said, did you have a family member, mother or father that had been incarcerated? I didn't start going up or back myself. I don't know where I would have landed, but I did like the exercise was interesting. But baby, I'm from Mississippi, so it's like, I mean, yeah, it kind of already made sense to me, and to me, those types of exercises are not for me. But okay.
why? Who do you mean for you?
Because I already know that we have certain disadvantages. Black, female, we have to work just as hard, blah, 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 that whole thing. I mean, I already know those types of things. And so, but I mean, I agree with you. It was an interesting exercise to
But
watch.
there
I've
are
never
also
participated.
things that you may not realize you have that were privileges too. And I think when we were doing the exercise, there were people who I guess had probably never really thought about their life as being privileged or that they had advantages over others. Or people that may not have thought that growing up this way wasn't a disadvantage. Like, you might have
Yeah.
thought you had a good childhood and you look around and you in the back of the line like, wait, my shit was bad.
Now
Oh,
it's
it's
funny
like that.
it is funny you should say it like that because I have conversations regularly with one of our sorors who points that out to me, and she goes, sometimes I'll say something about something from my childhood and she'll go, oh, you had that? I didn't. I had this, and I'll go, oh, I didn't think that
Mhm.
was a privilege. Everybody had that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So yeah, it's your circles, but I felt like I had different circles. I didn't feel like I had um privilege, constant privilege. There were some things that I had that were better than others, but I don't think I was oblivious to privilege versus, folks who didn't have stuff. I mean, that was a constant conversation in my own house with my mom when and I think we talked about this on the podcast before when I said to my mom as a child, I was like, Mom, why does it seem like everybody who lives in the projects have designer clothes?
Their priorities toe up.
Well, but what I'm saying is those were questions that I asked my mom, even younger. I remember specifically once I got a job and my friend wanted to go and buy some Jabot jeans, and I was like, $40 for some jeans now. I'm sure, I'm sure they cost way more now, but I was like, oh, sure, I'll get them. And then like that next day, I took them back because I was like, you know what, I can buy one for I mean, even back then, I was like, I don't need nobody looking at my butt just to see if I have some Jabot jeans on. I'll go
Jabot
and get these.
jeans.
Yeah,
You
so
just
it was
took
just,
me back to the 90s. I'm
yeah,
gonna see
I
you in
mean,
that Freaknik documentary. All right, I'm gonna
but
see you.
oh, I'll show you my pictures right now. I got them right here. But yeah, so yeah. No, I agree with you. Watching it, it was a really interesting exercise. And Keisha, I can't never, what is her character's name? What's
I
light
don't know.
skinned Keisha's character's name?
I don't know.
I can't never think of her name. But anyway, when she did had a reaction like you with the guy, like, hold the hell up. Goddamn, like I'm way
Mm-hmm.
back here. And
Yeah.
look at your trust fund having tail. But Tariq was up front.
Yeah, of course he was. Absolutely. Did you see the car he just bought? Yeah, he's
The
up front.
Porsche.
I was like, why would he buy something that flashy? If they do stuff on this show that don't make sense to me. Like why Jenny, why won't she just turn her ringer off? You got an informant that's in WITSEC, right? She in witness protection. And
Right.
nobody's supposed to know she's alive and all of that. And you
Right.
just got her calling your phone and everybody can hear it ringing. Just ring. Ring, ring,
Yeah,
ring,
because
ring,
Sax
ring,
was
ring.
like your other phone.
Put it on
And then
vibrate. Do something
he took a picture of
of the
a
number that was
burner
calling.
phone. There's supposed to be probably a burner, right? Like, I don't know, but
Well, he took a picture of the number that was calling her so he can check it
yeah.
out later. Because
Right.
I don't know why anybody trusts Sax. Why do they trust this man? He has no loyalty to anyone in the world.
But I
And
said that about Davis last week. I said, why doesn't Davis have a camera on him in his own office? It's Davis's office.
And why does Davis do everything with the blinds open? He's sitting in a fishbowl,
It's
windows
the
all
glass.
around. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's what I'm
glass.
saying.
Mhm.
Why are you sitting in a
Yeah.
fishbowl doing your dirt in front of the whole office? I don't get it. They do stuff that don't make sense.
Okay, let me add one more to that. One more that don't make sense. The scene when Lorenzo had told Drew where they were gonna be, and him and Gordo pull up to save him and Kane, and they shoot the guy, the informant, Blanca's informant, in the back, but they didn't go make sure he was dead.
Mm-mm.
Now,
They
when
never
have
do
they
on this show.
ever done that? They have shot dead people 1,000 times.
They
shot
have, but that's the
cop.
MO of the show. That's the MO of the show that they be leaving people undead.
No, that's what I'm saying. They have shot what's the cop? He shot him multiple times while he was still laying on the ground. They shot the teacher. What's his name? Marcel. They shot him multiple times and he was laying on the ground.
That was Kane.
I mean,
but what I'm saying
right.
is, but the MO of the show is that they don't follow through on their murders. You see, Lauren ass ain't dead.
Lauren ass ain't dead.
You
I'm just like, y'all
yeah.
slipping on your pimping. What's going on? Like,
yeah. But my favorite line is Sax said, I usually don't even like Sax, but he said the DA's office giving out whole phones. I was like, what? Why he say that? That tickled me.
They needed to give him something for us to laugh at. That's what that was. They had to put a one-liner in there for him because everybody hates Sax. So
yeah, he's becoming a love to hate kind of character though. I like him more every week. He gets on my nerves, but he's funny. Yeah. He's funny. That other cop was just annoying, and I knew he didn't have long. But I thought Monet was sloppy with that one. She was sloppy with that.
Why?
It was too obvious that she murdered him.
What you mean
Huh?
murdered him? He was in her house.
She murdered that man. He wasn't doing nothing to her. She just bust up. She just started busting on him, and she set him up to come to her house.
Right.
She
That was
murdered.
the
That's
point.
murder. That's
Of
murder.
course it's murder.
When
Everybody
you
done murder.
plan it in advance, it's murder.
That's premeditated murder.
Yes,
Yes, we
it's
know.
murder.
But
She
but
not
what
gonna
I'm
get away
saying
with it.
is he is gonna get away with it. Cause she got Davis.
I don't think
But
so.
it was her house. He was in her house. He had on black. What
I don't think she's gonna get away with it.
she didn't do it in his back. She did it in his front.
I don't think she's gonna get away with it. But I did like how she had she told Diana to hit her. Diana was like, say less.
He did. He did. Just
Like get her.
But what they should have done was waited till he went upstairs. That's what they should have done. Not right there at the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Then it would have been better. You know what I'm saying? Like him walking in on her bed in her bed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they have a
Then
way of doing, you know, and it's a TV show, so we're supposed to ignore the crime scene investigation that would take place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not gonna add
Brayden.
up.
Yeah.
Brayden,
The
pale
is
little
super
gnome.
fucking sloppy.
Pale little gnome.
Pale little gnome. And what they call him, the flat white. Kane called him flat white. That was so funny. I was like, only Starbucks people would get that. Yeah, he's never careful. The fact that he just didn't sit in the van and wait. What did you do? You went and put the money in the seat in the front of the van. Then you came back to the back of the van to play on your phone.
Mm-hmm. But because he doesn't have any concept of consequences. He gets off of everything he gets in trouble for, gets accused of. Anytime anybody's mad, he talks his way out of it. He just doesn't have any. So why wouldn't he be sloppy? He don't have enough skin in the game, and he's the only one that ain't killed anybody. So he's gonna have to,
because he got scared.
He got a lot of mouth, and he a privileged white boy. So
very,
you know.
very, but he yeah, I was kind of annoyed with Brayden. So now the CI who didn't die, who's in the hospital getting surgery with his cell phone in his pocket, has a picture of Brayden on it.
Mm-hmm. And what was Kane? You know, at the end of that scene, Kane said, "Hold up," and he went and he opened the back of the truck and he looked, and then he closed it and walked away. What was he looking for?
He went to he was seeing that the guns were still there, and now they can resell them. They went to get them so they can resell.
But he walked away, so I was confused by that for a second.
They got them.
He looked in there and he closed it and walked away. So they didn't show him. I mean, I know they got the guns, but I'm just saying in that scene, I was like,
I think he just went to make sure that they didn't take the guns, and that now they know they can just resell them to somebody else.
And they said that. They said they were going to do that. What about this RSJ guy? What you think his story is?
I'm waiting, because he definitely he's supposedly the second richest black man, whatever it is. And of course, with that, you're gonna have to be a little greedy and a little shady. So something's gonna have to come out.
Well, for me, it's because he was Chris on The Wire. You didn't watch The Wire, right?
I didn't watch The Wire.
When I saw him show up, I was like, "Ooh, I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be some good shit."
Because of his other character.
He was on The Wire. They don't bring people from The Wire just to float in for no reason. So
I mean, it's something's gonna come out, because you don't get to the top like that without being greedy or being shady or something. Something gonna have to come out. I did like the way that they play. I mean, you're just so fucking lucky that you have a property that you
sell.
can negotiate. Like,
Because he's
just
privileged.
around here walking around with property. Oh, I got a property downtown. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So this property happened to have structural whatever issues,
I don't
whatever
think
it
it
was.
does. I think he just said that.
I agree. I
Oh,
totally
okay.
think he was making that
Oh,
up.
okay.
And I got my attorney to agree that because there's some structural issues that we should sell it over asking. And I'm about to walk out of here with way more than what my trust fund is currently worth. How convenient.
Yes, very convenient. Very convenient. But Tariq is getting in deep with this dude, and folks don't get to be billionaires being nice. So it's gonna
Correct.
come out, and it's Chris from The Wire. So
It's Chris from The Wire.
yes. So in a surprising move, Jenny showed her hand and let Sachs know that she was working with Rosie Perez over there.
Blanca.
And she sounds like Rosie Perez from Do the Right Thing. She sounds like Mookie. You better stop, Mookie. Yeah, she sounds just like that. I cannot with her. That damn Blanca get on my nerves. So anyway, yeah, I was
Blanca gonna be dead next.
I wouldn't be mad. And I'm not for murder out here in the streets for real. But on these shows, they can start chopping them down two an episode.
Facts.
Sachs out of here.
Lorenzo next.
Yeah, well, they got partial prints on him, and Monet is like,
okay, but where?
Bullet casing or something. If you done loaded your pistol yourself with your hands, not wearing gloves or anything, your fingerprints are on those bullet casings. And then when they retrieve the bullet from the body, partial print. They do it all the time on TV. That's got to be it.
I'm sitting here going, he didn't even go over there. So where the heck? He was standing by the car. So where the hell his partial print come from?
It's got to be the bullet casings. It's got to be. He wasn't smart enough to go and pick them up and take them with him. Lorenzo ain't smart. He ain't smart. I don't see how he was the kingpin of their whole empire or whatever you want to call it.
But it's usually
he just don't seem smart. How did he get to be the boss? I don't get it.
So it's funny that you should say that, because sometimes I think that when I was watching the interview between Mendeecees and Shannon Sharpe.
Mendeecees and Shannon Sharpe? What the hell are they talking for?
Well, Shannon Sharpe has a podcast. Well, I guess it's kind of a podcast. He does interviews of various folks, and Mendeecees was one of them. And Mendeecees talks about him being a drug dealer. And and at one point Shannon Sharpe was, you was El Chapo before there was a El Chapo. And Mendeecees was like, well, I wouldn't say that, but I did have, make a lot of money or whatever. And to your point, it's like, I think that Mendeecees is a nice looking guy. I don't know about, but I don't know about his intelligence level. But I will say it's interesting, because I'm like, well, who are the other people in the group? Who are the other people in the group that you were the kingpin? What was it about you?
How were you the smart one?
Yeah, and I mean, and you're saying the same thing about Lorenzo, and I agree with you. I don't think, how was he the smartest one? But he ain't smart. That did cross my mind when I was watching that interview. And like I said, I think Mendeecees is nice guy, which is really weird. I don't see how he was a big time drug dealer.
He seems so quiet and nice.
It just seems so opposite. It makes absolutely no sense. And so that's my point. It doesn't match.
And Yandy never puts the S on there.
Mendeecees?
I don't know. She always says Mendeecees. You have to listen. She always says Mendici. Like it's just one of him, so he's just one Mendici. She gotta have a bunch of them before she can say Mendicis. I know it's dumb, but I don't know why she would just
You
say
almost got me to say something else, and I
uh,
would have.
okay. You're gonna crack yourself up now.
Yeah, you're right. So, So I was thinking the same thing. How do you get to be in charge? Because you dumb. But the last thing I wanted to talk about was they have showed this scene 1,000 times, but this was the only time I was like, Tariq looked dead at a mug laying in that bed with. Did you notice that? He looked dead. He was like, and somebody put on Facebook that he was sleeping in real life.
He
Like he was
nodded off
sleeping
in the
for real.
scene. Oh, I
He
should fell out.
nodded off.
I don't know why they keep showing them in the bed. I don't know why they keep
But they showing
showing
him
us
in the
that
bed and he's always asleep. He's
he
always
always
like,
sleep and she be awake doing some dirty shit, like or thinking or looking guilty. I don't know. I don't do Effie and Tyreek. He making like life plans with her, and she trying to go
mm-mm.
to Stanford. Like, okay,
Yeah, she trying to go to grad school
what's with
and
the
be
tutor
and
dude, the TA guy? What's his story?
oh
Fuck
my God,
Effie.
he is so skinny. Like,
Why is Diana
wait
with
a
his?
minute.
Yeah,
His arm wasn't even.
and now she's sleeping with him.
She sleep. Well, they weren't. They weren't. Never
She
mind.
was in pajamas. Come
Yeah,
on, they
yeah.
sleeping together, and I don't get it.
He's dumb, and it's obvious. Okay, I don't. Okay, going back to what I said before about men liking drama, because the minute you looked up the fact that this dude, her daddy, was in jail for drug dealing and possibly killing folks, you stayed interested in this chick.
And he trying to convince her not to have anything to do with her family.
Right.
So
What?
why is she with him then?
I don't know.
You trying to take me away from my family and I'm supposed to ride? No, they don't
Well,
make
maybe
sense.
she's with him because he's giving her attention.
Yeah, and there's the power structure. You know, students fall for their teachers, uh, principals, deans, department chair, all kind of stuff like that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's that dynamic. But
Mm-hmm.
they could have got a better looking actor. I guess that's my whole thing. I'm not buying
Yeah.
it. I'm not buying
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
I guess that's the whole problem I have. So,
Yeah.
and then I don't trust him. He's just every time they are together, he got something to say about her people. Why are you
Yeah.
watching her so tough? And she ain't asking him nothing about his family with his fake name, like Kane said.
That sounds like a made up
Charlie
name.
Mache Freeman. Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't trust him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it like this. He is not easy on my ass
No,
at all.
he needs to sit over in the corner with Ricky. Don't put a ring on it.
Wait
He
a
go sit
minute.
right over there with Ricky in the corner.
They do look, they kind of favor.
They kind of favor. You sound like my grandmama. They do kind of favor. All right, Mississippi.
You got tears coming off my eyes talking about that boy. He is not, and it's funny, not funny. It's not funny. Don't say that, Kim. It's not funny, but I do cringe a little bit when he's in a scene. And then when he took his clothes off, I was like,
Don't do that no more. Don't do that. Don't do that, baby. Baby, don't do that.
Like, we don't want to see that. Like,
no, thank you.
Be like, I love you. Thanks. No, we don't want to see. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see that at all. So yeah, but you know what, Diana? So let's stop talking about this because it's not going to get any better.
No, and I feel like they just really trying hard to give Diana a
A
storyline,
storyline. Hmm.
and
Now she's selling drugs.
it's not working for me. It's not
Yeah.
working for me.
She don't never go to class, but she got them drugs sold.
Mm-hmm. And now they what's the name, them done got tipped to the rooftop. So that's gonna be a problem.
Ah, this about to be a problem, but
I'm
only for
surprised they
Effie though.
hadn't gotten there that before now. But
But only for Effie though.
it won't be only for Effie because they know Effie is Tariq's girlfriend. So it won't be only for Effie. It's gonna blow back on
Right, but I'm
Tariq and
saying the
all of
only
them.
person that's going up there is Effie.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's causing problems. It's gonna be a problem for everybody.
You crying too? You okay?
My eyes water.
That boy needed a hamburger or two. Oh my goodness, that was ridiculous. Well, anyway, I'm looking forward to the next episode of everything except Huntsville. I just really don't think Huntsville gonna go anywhere. But I'm definitely looking forward to Monet finding out that Lorenzo killed Zeke. And I hate Instagram sometimes because I don't want to see the preview. So I'm going to have to get off of the Ghost Stars Instagram page because they always do the previews of what's about to happen in the next show. And I don't want to see it. I want to be surprised. So
I saw I watched it on the app and they put the preview at the end.
I stop it. I don't watch it.
Yeah.
I want to be surprised. It's the only good thing going right about now. Let me be surprised.
And for me, it gets me excited. Like, ooh, I can't wait to see next week.
Right.
Because if they hadn't have shown a preview of the reunion for Ready to Love, I might have skipped it.
Yeah.
I just might have just been like, never mind. Never mind. But the preview got me. I'm gonna watch it now.
We might see some boxing on there from folk in dresses and folk not in dresses.
Yeah, that might be interesting. So we'll see. All right. Anything else we missed from? Let's see. Oh, I want them to do something else with Tate. I need them to flesh him out a little bit. I saw your point, but yeah.
Oh yeah, he get on my daggone nerves.
I love
like every time you look up, he asking Tariq for money as if Tariq just got a pot of money just sitting over here. Like he ain't hustling. That boy is hustling to survive.
Literally, yeah, so that he don't get murdered or that his grandmother don't get murdered. I get that, but he does have money. He does. And he dirty. Tariq is real dirty. And too many people know he dirty. So he gotta pay him off. And Tate Greasy Butt gonna keep coming to him for money, especially now that he told him about that RICO case. He didn't say RICO in those words, he didn't use that term. But yeah, that's what they got. They building against him and the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
So Tariq was clueless. Like he should be a lot more careful. I just think the car was just dumb to me. It's just too much. It's just dumb.
The Porsche. He jumped all the way in.
Right. I could see the suits. You're working at this firm and they money people. I get it. You got dressed.
Well, but he was always dressing like that. So that
money.
ain't really even new.
He wasn't getting tailored suits, but yeah, he's
but that boy
looks like money. He looked like money.
Outfits are so fly.
And he can have a car, of course, but it doesn't have to be that flashy. That bugged me. It was I guess they want to remind us that he is young, and he still has the same kind of urges that young kids, young adults have. So I guess.
But he didn't, like 2 shows ago, he didn't even have no roof.
Yeah.
He didn't even have nowhere to live.
In
now you in a Porsche.
In a Porsche, exactly. He's doing the most. And I think it's way too flashy. You know, when you're making money, you making moves like that, you don't call attention to yourself. So I was surprised that he would do that. That's not anything that Ghost would have done.
What did Ghost drive?
SUV, he had like a
Oh, that black SUV.
black
Yeah.
SUV, which
It was probably a Tahoe or something.
an Escalade or something like that, which might
Escalade.
be expensive, but he was a grown man with businesses. You know, he wasn't a
Yeah.
college student.
Yeah. That's what he drove. Even Tasha had a black, I think hers was either a Range Rover or a Mercedes SUV. But it was the small one. It wasn't, yeah.
And Tyreek, I could see him having a decent car. Like he could have gotten a Lexus or something like that. It could be decent. I'm just saying decent. Like
He was trying to one up Braden. But Braden's car was free. His was given to him, his daddy. So yeah, Braden driving the Benz. But yeah, I think Tariq should have just gotten something like a Benz or a BMW. You know what?
And not
Since
that
Braden
color.
got the Benz, he should have gotten a BMW. Yeah, that would have been easier. Because even Lauren was driving a Mercedes SUV.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow. But Tariq.
Oh, now you see. You've been asking, what does Lauren know? I guess the writers heard you, and so now they're trying to pull out something out of the atmosphere, like, oh wait, Zeke was the cousin and the Monet, and now she's starting to try to throw out a little bit of information for Jenny. No, I'm saying all this time you've been like, why would they need Lauren?
Yeah, but she still doesn't know anything.
I'm saying I think they heard you and they trying to show that she knows something. Just give me something. Okay, they eat pizza on Thursdays. I mean, like, you gotta have something. So yeah, Zeke looked uncomfortable. She's like, I don't know. Diana's the cousin. She's like pulling stuff out of her hat. She gotta do something though.
Yeah, I am totally oblivious to why she's still on the damn show. Like, it makes no sense.
I think the writers are listening to us. They listening. They watching the podcast.
They need to like and subscribe and get and forward our podcast to other people.
I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm gonna need some coins.
That part.
That
period.
Part. All of that.
Yes.
All right, ma'am. Let's I gotta hit it. So it's been fun. It's been fun.
Like and subscribe.
It up with you. Yes. Y'all need to hit that like, the little thumbs up thing. Click that. The little subscription thing. Click that. And then you'll know every week when we come on, because it's not always the same time. So, but you'll get your own notification if you subscribe.
And tell us what you think. What did we miss?
Yes. Talk back to us. Or see if you want to come on the show and chat with us. We'll holler at you.
Okay, chop it up.
Yep. All right. Until next
time. All right.
Peace.